going on today, y'all? Welcome to the newest episode of Wilson with Will podcast. We got Marquis Gilstrap.
What's good, bro?
How you doing?
Good family.
Ex-Iowa State basketball star. We're gonna run some of his highlights. I'm talking about they are nasty. So what's going on with you, Strap?
Not much, man.
How you been?
Good, man. Chilling, man. Chilling.
That's
Trying
good.
to get the next generation ready.
Yeah, I see you got some of your film out here with the youth. I see one of your son.
Yep.
And how old are they?
7th, 8th grade. They all
7, 8,
12,
okay,
13.
that's cool. So you getting ready for high school.
Oh, yeah. Getting ready for, hey, that's the key.
Yeah,
that's
it
the
is.
key. The plan's getting ready for college, man.
Right,
You know
because
what I
we
mean?
didn't have that
That's the
going.
plan.
We had it, but we didn't.
Yeah.
We had some. Let's say we didn't have the training though. I'm just gonna be honest. We all of us talk about that, and I like how good you were. It's just amazing. So we talking about it. Where you came from and where you grew up from?
Oh, man. I grew up here in Covington. Born and raised here in Covington, man. Grew up in Green Acres.
Green Acre.
Made me who I am today.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, I owe a lot to Green Acres. Showed me a lot.
Okay. So I say that though. So when you were young, growing up around Green Acres and stuff like that, you played rec ball, right? A lot of recreation ball.
Yeah.
So when you training them and everything, it's kind of you getting them ready for but you was like a star. You shoot like 40 points in rec sometimes, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I had a couple 40-point games. But like it's different now though, man. Like we weren't training at their age though. So they're training though. So everybody that capable nowadays.
Right.
Though.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So okay. So when the first time that you first pick up this basketball and knew like this was gonna be your, this was gonna be your what's the name?
I started playing basketball when I was like 4. I started playing at 4 co-ed league. We played with girls and all down at Palmer Stone. That was when I first fell in love with basketball, man. I was like 4 years old.
4 years old.
Yep.
Okay. So you got any siblings?
Yeah, I got 3 brothers and a sister.
Okay. Any of them was like sports or into it?
I mean, they did, but not how I was into it. Yeah,
you grew up in
stuff. Yeah. My grandmother had me playing all of them.
Yeah.
Baseball, football. I grew up playing all of them.
Yeah, your grandmother, she married to my granddad for a long time now. And that's a beautiful thing. She's a beautiful woman, man. She did. That's how I knew you was scoring all them crazy points.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how I knew you. Like she would say, like Marquis, he just going, going crazy over there at the recreation department. So I started keeping an eye on you. I was older, but I still started watching you and everything smaller. So when we got Dale Carter, is your godfather, right?
Yeah, that's my god.
Okay, so he's a goddad, and he played. And if anybody don't know who Dale Carter is, he's an ex-cornerback for the Chiefs, 1992, I think, Defensive Rookie of the Year award winner. That's who he is. So he's official. 94 through 97 Pro Bowl. Yeah, I do my research on these guys. These guys they're good for our community because our community is small. So when you really start figuring like, okay, I'm gonna try to go to the NBA. Or you just played basketball?
Yeah, you know what I mean? I always had NBA dreams growing up, but more so my major dream was like playing Division I basketball.
Okay.
I really wanted to play in the NCAA tournament. I didn't get to play in the NCAA tournament. We didn't qualify for it, but I played in the Big 12
you played?
tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I played against Duke.
Coach K.
Yeah, Coach K. And man, I'm telling you something, man. What's crazy about that, playing against Coach K, I remember growing up in Green Acres. I'd be training or whatever. My grandmother, Edna, turn around. So, it's a pathway to take you next height. So I'm training where I be hearing bushes moving. But in my mind, I'm thinking like, them college coaches sneaking up watching me train. So, and at that time, I'm a Duke fan. I liked the Jalen Williams and that Daniel Ewing and all them at that time. So I remember just being out there shooting, airplane flying, like, that's Coach K watching me.
Right.
So I get to Iowa State. We play Duke on ESPN. Only game on ESPN that night, we playing in Chicago Bulls Arena, playing against Duke.
And Mike's spot.
That's manifestation, though.
Mike's
I
spot,
grew up thinking he was watching me, and he actually coached against me.
Where you play high school basketball at?
I played at Eastside.
Eastside.
Yep. Eastside
High School. Yeah, I'm familiar with Eastside. So when you really left Eastside though, you like 6 feet in Eastside.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. That was crazy.
Yeah, what happened?
But
I drank some milk and just went up to
I graduated early though, man. I was 17. I was 17 and I graduated in May. When I graduated in May, I was maybe like 6'2", probably 6'2", like 175 pounds, soaking wet. So by August, man, I grew. I'm 6'6", 6'7". I grew that fast, and like that's what really
in like 4 months.
Yeah.
I remember they telling me that. It was strange.
It was.
I had saw you like my height,
Yeah.
and I seen him like a few months later. I was like, did something happen? Like, what happened? It's just like it was life. So, okay, so what was the first college you went to before Iowa?
So when I first graduated high school, I went to West Palm Beach Community College. That was in Lake Worth, Florida. That's where I went to originally, straight out of high school. I went there at full ride there to play. It was a junior college to play, full ride to play junior college basketball. And that's where I ultimately tore my knee at. That's where everything kind of like changed for me. And but when I got to give you the whole story. So when I first get there though, first time, like I said, I'm 17. I turned 18 after I got there. So I'm there, but it's new to me because first time being away from mom, dad, grandparents. You know how I grew up, man, tight knit family.
Yeah, for sure.
It's first time being away.
And they love you, like you. I'm saying though, like they knew you was kind of special.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Beautiful.
They did, and they raised me a certain way.
Definitely, they did.
You know what I'm saying? They raised me a certain way, be respectful.
But you never carried it. You never carried it. You never was a cocky person. You never was, even when you were playing basketball, and even when you came back then, you always I can be a little crazy at times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was confident on that court though, but outside of basketball, and I think that's a lot. My mom, man, like you know what I mean? You know how my mom.
I do. I know she's strong woman. Yeah, she's strong. She
kept me on the right path.
Yeah, she did. That's a beautiful thing, though.
She did. My dad, they always looked at me as Marquis. No matter what I was doing, I was like Marquis to them. But like I was saying, I'm down there though, man. But I'm not going to class like I should be doing. Not taking care of my schoolwork. High school, I'm an all AB student. But down there, I'm barely going to class, not taking care of my schoolwork. Just off path from what I should be doing. You know what I mean? What I went down there to do, I get off path, get off the track from there. I remember getting ready to come home for Christmas break. Coach pulled me in the office and telling me I'm failing like 4 or 5 of my classes.
I mean, you had like 7?
Yeah, I'm failing like 4 or 5 of them. That's unusual. And so, man, he was like, man,
you weren't ready to come back. Work. You weren't even doing it.
And that's like I want to say that's like on a Wednesday. I get ready to come home on Friday morning. So, man, I had like basically 24 hours to get up my grades up. So I stayed up all night doing my work, pulled them up or whatever. So after Christmas break, I came home for like a couple of days or whatever. I think I got back to West Palm Beach around like December 27th. We had practice that day, man. It was like, it was weird though. Cause I just had groups, so I was athletic, but I was missing dunks, getting hung and all kind of stuff. I kept feeling, a little knee pain, but I'm thinking it's nothing. And I remember I just went up like just for a normal little dunk. And I felt like somebody tripped me. So I'm laughing and I'm coming out like, man, who tripped me? And I get down, man, a whole kneecap here behind it. Yeah, and I just rolled over on my stomach, man, and panicking. Yeah, I was panicking. It was crazy. The worst pain I ever felt in my life.
And it
still
had you
to
panicked,
this day.
and it still had you panicked out. You still see that sometimes?
Yeah.
Some trauma in there? Yeah.
I do.
Whew. I didn't know it went like that. So that happened before you went to Iowa?
Yeah, all that happened before I went to Iowa.
So when you was at Iowa,
I'm gonna get to that. When I get to Iowa, it's a lot, man.
So you was at Iowa dunking on them, excuse me, I'm gonna say it like this. You was at Iowa dunking on them niggas like that, V?
Honestly.
Cool.
And when I was at Iowa, so after I tore my knee, I chose to come home. My parents, they begged me to stay in school to do my rehab. I'm like, nah, I want to come home. So I came home and do my rehab, and man, probably one of the hardest things I ever do was having to learn to walk again. They had to teach me how to walk again. Cause like I said, I tore my patella tendon, put 2 screws in there or whatever, put everything back together. So I had to learn to walk again, man. It was hard. Like I said, I'm only 18 at that time, so that's the first time I really went through real adversity. I mean, that's really my first time going through that. And so once they learned me how to walk, man, I quit. I'm like, man, I'm done. I'm done with ball. I find me a job, do something like that. I find me a job. So I quit going to therapy. I stopped playing basketball. I touched basketball for like 2 years.
Before you went to, what's the name?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's crazy. It's crazy.
When you get to Iowa State, what happens then?
Okay, so before I get to Iowa State though, like I said, I was out for 2 years. That happened like 2005. That happened 2005. I had the surgery like January 3rd, 4th of 2006. So after that, I quit the rehab or whatever, and I just started working, just odds and end jobs. And me and my wife now, she's just my girlfriend at the time. We've been together since we was like.
Yeah, been together since we was at
13,
High
14.
School.
Yeah, like middle school and high school.
It's like
So she ended up getting pregnant.
Okay.
She ended up getting pregnant. So when she get pregnant, man, I'm still just trying to find my way and working like temp service there and there, and I'm just feeling like, man, I ain't gonna be able to, feed my daughter how I want to, how my parents did me off of this. So I go to her and like, I want to go back to school. And she like, you know, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I got a great foundation set with my parents. And
good village.
So they, yeah, you know, so I got a village
for
gonna
sure.
help me. You know, she
That's
cool with
beautiful.
it. So she
Hey,
like,
beautiful. Yeah, you got a
so
great
I do
wife.
what you gotta do.
Yeah.
So I make some
strong.
phone calls to old coaches and everything like
Okay.
that, man. And I go to a showcase game and I get a scholarship offer to go to Gulf Coast Community College in Panama City.
I remember that.
So yeah,
Okay.
that was like Panhandle, man. If you know anything about junior college basketball, it's one of the best conferences in the nation. So, but I'm 2 years removed. It's like I ain't not training, doing nothing. So, like again, so after I tell her that, man, I get back on my grind.
Okay.
So I start back training. I start back training. I'm going to gym 4:30 in the morning.
Okay.
I'm going to the gym 4:30 in the morning, get my workouts in, everything like that. So then I get to Gulf Coast, and I remember I get to Gulf Coast and Coach Gibbons, Charlamagne Gibbons, was he used to run his camp with his guy Ken Littlefield. It was a Littlefield camp in Atlanta. They having a camp. So he called me like, I got top 150 JUCO players coming. Know you been out, but I can get you in. I'm like, cool. I'm like, where it's at? In like Atlanta. I'm like, perfect. 'Cause I want to come home and see my daughter or whatever.
Right.
Anyway, so in my mind, I'm just using that, man. It was like at that time, it wasn't all about NBA. It was just like, I want to go back to school to try to get a degree. Because you know how we was raised at that time,
for sure.
they tell you got to have a degree.
Yeah, all that
job.
type of shit.
So it wasn't nothing about no NBA.
You can't have a tattoo on you. Don't get one tattoo, but you never get a job.
Yeah,
Don't
so
do
how
it.
that was at that time. So I was more so
Yeah,
focused
Lord.
on that, man. So I go to junior college or whatever, go down there. I come to the showcase, and I would stay there. I have a great showing at the showcase, man, and that's where it get crazy at. So after the showcase, man, I go off. I did. But I had put the work in, man. You know what I'm saying? It was just, I had put the work in. So they fly down to Panama City like on that Monday. I get back that Sunday. They came down that Monday, and my knees used to swell all the time. So that was on my off day. That's supposed to be my off day. So I walk in the gym, I see them, and then I ain't think nothing. I'm going to sit down like I ain't hooping today. They here to see, you know, my teammates or whatever.
Yeah. So
my coach come to me like, they want to see you play. I'm like, man, you know, my off day, man. I'm chilling. I didn't even have left my shoes in the truck.
Right.
I'm chilling. Like, nah, they just want to see you play. I'm like, man, all right. So I go get my shoes to play like 2 games, man. They pulled me outside the second game, and they basically offered me a scholarship. They like, you know much about? I'm like, yeah. One of my mentors. Yeah, that's people want like my Michael Jordan really who I grew up watching. Contrail Horton. He went down. I'm like, yeah. So I know a lot about.
Yeah,
Iowa
I like
State.
Contrail too. I used to check him
that's
out.
my guy.
So
I'm like, yeah, I know a lot about Iowa State or whatever. They like, you interested in coming here? I'm like, nah. I told him just like that, man. I remember his face looking like, I'm like, nah, I'm not interested in coming there, man. I'm trying to go closer to home. I got a daughter at home. He was like, what if we can get your daughter to come? You know, I'm thinking at that time you got kids, they can't live with you.
Right.
Because, you know, in Panama City, I wasn't able to take them there with me. So they was like, what if we get your daughter and your girl to come to Iowa with me? I said, yeah, I'll come.
Damn,
Just that quick.
Right.
So I'm at this time, I don't know, but I'm thinking they bluffing. So I give them a sister number. I go back in there and sit down, man. So, you know, back then, you don't have your phone on you like that all the time. I left my phone in the truck. So I get to the truck, man, I see a million missed calls from her. I'm like, man, oh my God, I hope ain't nothing wrong with my daughter. So I call her. She's like, man, why you getting people my number?
Yeah, nice. Yeah. I'm
like, man, I'm thinking they, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm like, sister, I'm thinking they bluffing. I ain't think they was gonna call you. She said, the next thing was like, Quay, if you wanna go, I'm going.
Right. Oh man.
Yeah. So
that's
man,
that's when you know just
I called them just then.
This is the right person in my life, man. You know.
Yeah. So she was with it, man, and so they that's how I ended up getting there. They moved me, her and Lele up there, man, and the rest of it.
Hey, boy, you
that's how I get there. Without her, I don't get there. So I get there, and man, we get acclimated in and everything like that. I'm putting in the work up there, man, grinding, building a bond with my teammates and everything like that, man. And I come up there, man. I come out. I remember the first game, man. I remember coming out for warm-ups. So pregame, we just out there and I was, you know, muscle shirts, whatever, just training. Gym kind of empty, maybe like 2,000 or 3,000 people. So we go back in, go get the pregame speech, whatever, proud jersey, and I come back out, man, jam packed. That was the first time I ever was nervous playing basketball. And I see like 15,000 people, man.
Yeah, they was
I'm like shook. My legs, they ain't going nowhere. I'm trying to move.
Be piped up,
yeah,
that thing used to be piped up.
I'm like,
remember that?
I'm like, man, it's crazy. And then that's when it's like, that was the first time like it hit me like.
You got a chance to go to the next level.
And it was like, I'm living my
dream out too.
Like, you know what I mean? That's when I like,
fell into it too, because they try to take you from the injury. They try to one step, and then they try to do that. Yeah, then you
but
came
that was
back.
me though. And like the older I got, like.
You think you were working on your body good enough at certain levels?
Nah, I should never quit therapy the first time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I should never quit. I should have did what my
Yeah, you
parents
should
told
just
me
work.
to do.
You should just work through
I should have stayed in Florida and did my therapy.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it took me a long time to realize that though.
Okay, you talking about your wife and how you call her and everything. Okay, so now you get there. You played Duke. I seen you do your thing against Duke. What about the infamous dunk against Cole Aldridge? Ain't that his name?
Yeah.
Cole Aldridge. How about the dunk with that?
So
we got that.
So the first one, man, I remember the first one. I was in the corner.
Right.
So the first one I was in the corner. They kick it to me. I seen the guy bad
okay,
closeout.
That's the first one. Okay, it's 2. Okay.
So it was a bad closeout. So I knew I was finna rip and go baseline. So he's running at me because they know I could shoot the 3.
All right.
So I seen him coming. Quick rip. I seen him rotating over. I just jumped. Really, that time kind of like I just jumped around him and dunked it. Boom.
Right.
So the second half though, man, we hit like body to body.
Right. No, yeah, this one. I watched the highlight now.
Oh, as Darius Young is as good as there is in the country. The left alone and the Gilstrap and Aldridge.
I read your mental since we doing this, right? They threw the ball to you. Just knowing the mind frame, being around you my whole life, we was young, right? So you getting the ball. I didn't know how we play video game. I said, oh, that nigga wanted. He knew he was gonna dunk on him. Like when you got that ball in, you knew when you ran back that you was gonna get him to work.
That was my mindset though.
Yeah, that was your mind.
Once I got, man, you know, once I grew and I filled out and got in that weight room, man, got my body right. That was just, that's all I was missing growing up. And I remember my dad used to always tell me that, man. Like I can have 30 points. My dad gonna find out something. Like you could have did this, or you should have stepped on his neck right here. You could have did that. So that came with me the older I got, understood that. So man, I was dunking everything.
Right.
So JUCO, everything. That's what that was just my mentality. So I didn't care who really was under there with me. So when I caught it, I'm like, man, he gonna block it or I'm gonna dunk on it. It's just gonna be that.
It's gonna be there what it is.
Yeah.
Right. So what about the 2010 NBA draft?
So
you really would have got picked. Your injuries really just.
Man.
And Larry Brown gave you a call. Talk about that.
Yep. So throughout the whole draft process, man, I worked out probably for every NBA team, man. I flew all over the country, did individual workouts. But I remember, man, like every workout, it was like making me take X-rays and MRIs and stuff like that on my knee. And like the more and more workouts it seemed like I got into, the worse it got. I remember working out for OKC. I go and kill the workout, man. It's on a Sunday. Doctor office not even open. But after I killed the workout, man, they called the doctor. I just me and the doctor in the doctor office. He running MRIs and stuff on my knees, man. I just knew then, like, something ain't right, man. You know, because I saw my name start to just fall off the draft board. But I'm getting off in the workouts. But everywhere I went, though, that's that main question. My knees, and then, you know, like, you can see, right leg being left. I played with it like that. I played, man, my leg was 67% the strength of this leg at Iowa State.
I seen it.
Yeah, so
Larry Brown gave you the call.
So then draft night, so draft night, man, Larry Brown, he called me, man, and I didn't know the number. I didn't realize the number, so I didn't answer the phone.
Right.
So I didn't know, listening at the voice recording. It was Larry Brown. He was telling me, like, they didn't have a draft pick that night. So they was trying to get a trade for a draft pick, but they couldn't. But they invited me and told me he wanted me to play on the NBA Summer League team. So I got to play in the, I got to play in the NBA Summer League team. I met Michael Jordan. So I worked out,
I didn't even know you met MJ.
Yeah, so man, when I worked out.
You met MJ, bro?
Yeah, when I worked out for, my individual workout for the Bobcats, man, like after we got done working out or whatever, they let them, because we worked out for them, like most teams work out in their practice facility.
That nigga met Jordan.
But for the Hornets, we worked out at their game, their game arena, and he sat up in the top, man. So I remember afterwards, we get to work out and get to shake his hand, talk to him. Then the NBA Summer League game, man, he came down and talked to us and watched us play the NBA Summer League.
Yeah, so Michael Jordan watched you play basketball.
Yeah, man, that was crazy.
You got your kids and everything now. You don't know what they could be.
Yeah.
So you ain't in prison. You out here. Oh, this is a beautiful interview that you could just give to the kids. So what you want to get to the kids, and you can give them your Instagram if the parents want them to come train with you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Instagram is TGW_strap3. That's my Instagram. But man, yeah, for the kids, man, just chase your dreams, man. That's my whole purpose now. I had to, once I finally realized like my playing time was over and everything like that, man, I had to find my new passion, man. Like shout out back out to Contrell Horton again, man. He called me and he knew my heart. He knew me as a person. He's been knowing me since I was a kid, man. And he the one that introduced me and got me into training and being around the game again. So once I realized that, man, my life is bigger than just what I do for myself. That's when I really went all in with training, man. I got kids playing professional basketball now that I don't train, man. Kids all across the country, in college still to this day, that's in college right now, getting their education, man. So my main purpose is these kids and the youth, you know, and trying to be a good example for them.
Right.
You know, I try to live, you know, I try to live a decent life, man. I'm not perfect, but I try to live a decent life and let others learn from my wrongdoings or my bad decisions, man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's true, sir.
That's it, man. Just keep grinding, man. You gotta find your passion and go
Find your
ahead.
passion
It
and
ain't
go
just sports, you know what I mean?
Okay.
You gotta find your passion, man.
Find your passion.
And go with it. Once you find your why, you gotta find your why.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You gotta find your why. Once you find your why, you can do
I learned
anything.
something. Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, your 1, 2, 3. Let me ask you some questions before we get out of here. Before we get out of here, this is the exit question.
Kobe Jordan, man. It's hard to go against Jordan,
you know,
man, but I love LeBron.
Yeah, it's hard to go. It's 1, 2. I have
man.
I tell you, all on 1, 2, and 3. Sometimes I watch the Kobe highlights. I'm like, yeah, he the best.
Yeah.
Then I was like, yeah, Jordan, they can't see Jordan, boy, no better than that. Then I was like, nah, LeBron the best when he'll do something crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like they had a moment. So it's like mine, LeBron, my favorite player.
Yeah.
Kobe, then Jordan, then it's like Jordan, and I got Jordan at one someday. I don't really know. I don't got no GOAT no more. I'm gonna be honest, I really got to start trying to lay that to rest. Who my favorite is.
Yeah.
That's what I've been saying. Them guys, that kind of
me and Drico, you talking all the time. Is who you like.
Right?
Nah, man.
Okay.
I say MJ, LeBron. I say MJ, LeBron, Kobe.
Yeah, I can go for you.
Or either LeBron, Kobe, or either LeBron, MJ.
MJ, yeah, I can go for that though. What about that's either I had my day with LeBron and MJ. The MJ was there last week when I seen some highlights. He did something crazy. I'm like, nah, ain't no way Jordan. Kobe could be Jordan could be better than boy.
Yeah.
I mean, LeBron could be better than boy. Then I see that man when he went to Miami, he was acting like a real maniac.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, ain't
and
no way
crazy
the hell
LeBron do it
better
his size. That's what I be looking at.
That's what another thing LeBron do is different. He's bigger than a lot of them boys. He do it all the way around the board.
270, man, probably 280. Yeah.
That is okay. Best point guard in the league
Right now? Mm-hmm. Man, it's hard to go against Steph Curry, man.
Yeah.
It's hard to go against Steph.
Yeah, Steph the best. He is to me too.
It's hard to go against Steph.
You think he better than Magic? Another question.
I can't say he better than Magic because just Magic.
Magic game was
Magic size, man. You can't teach 6'9" point guard, man. He's a better scorer.
Yeah, he is.
Better shooter. But I can't say he's a better overall player or point guard.
Finals. Who you got this year? Who you think win it? Who got a chance to win the ring? Suns, Lakers.
I'm interested
Curry.
to see. That's what I'm ready to see, man.
I got the Lakers.
Yeah, I like the Lakers. I like the Christian Wood.
Lakers or the Warrior. The 5 in. They're gonna get either one of them gonna get a 5.
You can't go wrong with either one.
Yeah, LeBron can't let Curry get a 5 though while he's still there. So
that's true. I just want to see if LeBron better stay healthy, man, this year. At that age, man.
Yeah, it don't count.
Yeah.
They shouldn't count. They said Jordan didn't count at 40, so I told all my old homeboys it shouldn't count, right?
You said it shouldn't count.
They don't count. They said it didn't count. He came back, played for tickets. You feel me? So before we end this, Ja Morant. What you feel about Ja Morant?
Man, I love Ja, man. I hope Ja get it together, man. He's just a kid, man, trying to find his way, man. I hope he get it together.
Yeah, I love him. I like him. I like him a fan. I like his dad too. People try to, oh man, you can't, man. I had my dad around me. You wasn't gonna tell me what not to do.
He's grown.
You feel me? I'm grown.
He's grown.
You know what I'm saying? So you come to a point where like, damn, I should listen to dad. So
yeah.
Hope you come back, have them 25 games, Ja, because I'm trying to go to the Laker game, the Hawk game, and see you drop off the Hawks, you know? Thank you, Marquis Gilstrap, brother.
Appreciate you, family.
You know what I'm saying? Much love.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? And we'll be back on the next episode. We don't know what we're coming back with, but this is going to be a great one. We'll be back.